Woman in Black, Angel of Death is a dark, creepy horror movie, and then someone shouts boo.
40 years after Arthur Kip's experience at Elmarsh House, a group of children under the care of two women escaping from war-torn London arrive at the house to become the next target of the ghost Jeanette Humphrey, otherwise known as the Woman in Black. With the help of a fellow soldier, the women and children must fend off the spirit Jeanette Humphrey and end her presence once and for all.
Woman in Black, Angel of Death doesn't have Daniel Radcliffe in it, which means it's going to lose 90% of its potential revenue.
Watch out for bats!
This movie, of course, is a sequel to Woman in Black. It is developed, or at least its development was aided by Susan Hill, who wrote the original book in which Woman in Black is based on, and I have to say, all things considered, I did enjoy this movie. I hadn't seen the previous one, so I can't really compare it to this one, and there is no overriding character or story threads from the previous one. You can watch it as its own independent entity and get just about as much enjoyment as probably would do if you saw the original movie. It is perfectly fine if it is rather flawed. This movie is certainly at its scariest during the quieter moments within it, where it is this deep, dark, ratcheting, tense moments, when it is this black, horrible nastiness which creeps and crawls, this insidious terror which lurks just behind the corner. Those are the scariest moments, but sadly, those are usually followed up with something jumping out and going boo, or something screaming or creaking or thudding very loudly, which then makes it feel as though you're watching some kind of more posh version of Paranormal Activity, and it then means that you're spending more time waiting for another loud bang or something to jump out and scream at you than you are necessarily paying attention to the plot or the characters themselves, which is a shame because the story itself is great. It has a great mystery to it which I really enjoy trying to unravel and think about, but it is a case of you are being pushed away from that, which is great and which is good, which is strange because it feels almost as though they're embarrassed by it, which there is no reason to be embarrassed by it because it is that good, and instead we're having to wait for something to jump out at us and go ooga booga. Performance wise, it is great, it is substantial. Maybe not as substantial if you had someone as quite the same star power as Daniel Radcliffe in it, but it is still great in that regard. Once again, the problem is that we are just waiting for something to just jump out at us and go boo. We're not really paying that much attention to the characters or the story. I have a feeling though that if I were to watch this again, maybe on DVD or Netflix or something like that, I probably would get more of it out of it from the story side of things than I would do having only seen it the once. But it is enjoyable, though don't expect anything big or grand or earth-shattering. It does feel like a typical sequel, even though I didn't see the previous one. You do get this serious feeling that it is just doing the same things, that it's been done before. They're doing it fairly well, but once again, all too often it just boiled down to boo. And that's it, which is a shame. Though what it is enjoyable. If you want an alternative to all the big Hollywood movies, the big Oscar-worthy movies rather, then go watch it. It is perfectly fine. 100 minutes or so of a movie. There are far better out at the moment, but if you are going to watch it, then you may well enjoy it. But what do you think? Did you see it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Leave a comment in the comment section below in whichever web zone you're watching this on. Thank you for watching and goodbye.